Hey everybody, I'm Zeebob, and this is ARK Survival Evolved Scorched Earth. Today we're picking up where we left off in our last episode. In the last episode we tamed up our new parasaur, Franklin. And Franklin is going to help us build our new base at our new base site. But today, we got to get him over there. And we got to take our little gathering dudes over there too, and start clearing stuff and making material and all that. So, I've gone ahead and prepared Franklin and set up a little monster train. Now, let's see. In the back here, we've got Samson 2. He's our muscle, just in case. We've got Stubborn, who actually does gather wood a whole lot better than Angry, which is really nice. And we've got Rocket, who gives us our rocks and our sand. So, we're going to lead them all over to the new site with Franklin. And on Franklin, I have gone ahead and put on a little permanent adobe structure to be used in lieu of a tent, because there will probably be storms. And we're going to stick speed bump up here so he can let us know when they're coming. But I've also prepared 8 mortar and pestle for grinding up clay. Yep, clay. We are going to need so much clay. To make 100 walls, I think, let's see, what's a wall require? Adobe wall requires 40 clay, so 100 walls is 4,000 clay. It's a lot of clay. So yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of grinding and a lot of making pieces and stuff, and then we'll be able to work on our base. But actually, before we even start making the pieces and all that, we're going to make a whole bunch of thatch foundations and rough out the foundation of our main building. The main building is going to have most of our crafting stations and probably all of our storage. And it's going to have a little apartment place for the bed that's going to have a really nice view of the valley. Those are my design parameters for this one. And we're going to see how much of that we can make happen. Yeah, so I guess it's about time to get the show on the road. Oh yeah, that Talon is reminding me that we've got Vermilion on the roof. She's here in case I forget something, which is pretty much a given for me. But hey, here we go. All right, Franklin. Roll out. We got our other guys? Yep, they're coming too. Alright, this ought to be fun. It's not a real long walk, but it's probably going to be pretty dull, so we'll be right back when we get there. And we're almost here. Oops, I think we just stomped on something. Uh-oh. What's going on? Yep, they're after Anjaroa. Wow, that was almost a home run. Yep, here's our base site. And, wow, Franklin is so huge. So yeah, we got to start clearing out this area here and collecting the material. And I'm probably going to have to build some storage on site here. I don't like usually doing that because if some little critter finds it, they can smash it and you lose everything. But there's probably going to be more than Franklin can hold. I mean, there's just way more stone and sand and all that stuff, so yeah. But first, before we start making all the adobe stuff, we're going to need to really rough out the foundation. So we are going to get started on that, probably without the benefit of Franklin. And we'll be back when we have something to show you. Well, I think that's going to do it for the foundation layout for the main building. It's not quite what I wanted, but unfortunately for me, the ground here is not as level as it looks. So I'm having trouble with the foundations, but that is really, really close to what I wanted. And I'm thinking now that any kind of little apartment thing I'm going to have, it's really going to be its own building. Maybe I'll give it a better location, maybe over there, because that'll have an even better view than right here. But for now, we're going to roll with that. So now we need to get our guys out and go start gathering stuff up and building the adobe parts. Oh joy. And we're back again for a minute. Made some progress. I'd like to explain the design a little better. What I had outlined before was just sort of the footprint, but the actual base is not just going to be a straight up building. It's actually going to have a deck in the front with those ramps going up to a deck that's going to span around toward the wall that's on the inside there in front of the box and over there. And then there's going to be a building about where the foundation pieces are missing. Now the reason I have all the foundations out is because I like to put a generator on the actual ground on this first floor and then wire up the entire center of the base with the intersection wires and electrical boxes. Then I put a floor, which is made out of ceilings, which is really confusing, ARK devs, but put a floor made of ceilings above that, and that's actually your sort of primary floor, with this bottom part being a kind of a crawl space, basement, whatever, where you don't really ever go. I may also put the little the vessel things for all the little what do you call it? The preserving salts in these corners here and here. And then I've already put in those storage boxes so that I could put in the walls. Those are going to be the first, sort of the bottom storage boxes. And then I'm going to put in another wall and then the ceiling along above those, and then a whole another row of storage boxes. So there's going to be a whole lot of storage in this thing. The vaults are nice and all. They're great big. They're metal. They're really for PvP. This is not a PvP place. This is single player, so we don't really need to spend all that on the metal vaults because we're not going to really worry about anybody trying to take our stuff like that. So for the amount of material involved and the amount of physical space involved, those storage boxes, those tall storage boxes, are just way more efficient than the vaults. So probably not going to build any vaults unless I think of a really, really compelling reason to do so. So what we're going to work on now is filling in the first floor and putting up a little bit more of the wall, and the base will start to take shape. And the next phase is finished. The crawl space basement place has been covered in ceilings, which are floors, because ceilings are floors in ARK, I guess. And we've got the walls of the main structure up. The big gap in the middle is where the great big door is going to go, and then on each side we have a little door just for me. We're going to put railings around this edge here over to the ramp on each side, and then this main building is going to be 4 or 5 walls tall, but I'm going to put a sloped roof on it. A lot of the guys that build the square kind of adobe things, they seem to have problems using the ceilings as a roof as far as getting the house bonus goes. I don't really know why, but I like to use the roof pieces, and I'm actually going to use thatch roof pieces and see if that works, just because I like the way the thatch looks. It goes really well with the adobe, and man, building the entire thing out of adobe is just going to be so monotonous. And then it's got the brown ramps and the brown boxes, and everything's brown and brown and brown and brown, and you want some other kind of colors. And I know we can paint stuff. I mean, I'm assuming you can paint adobe. I've never done it, but yeah, I'd like to get a little variety in here. So I guess we're gonna work on the walls, put in some railing, and maybe see about some windows, and then we'll check back in when that's done. The walls are up. We're getting closer and closer to being finished. Isn't that great? Well, you can't really see everything because the walls are in the way, so we're gonna hop down off of Franklin here and have a little tour. Ow, that's always painful. Rain! There's rain. How about that? Yeah, just before we get the roof on, it starts raining. So, this is going to be the main area. This is where all the crafting station's going to go, and if I need to drag in a monster or two, I'll have plenty of room in here. This is where the great big door is going to go. I'm going to seat that close to last. Probably do it before I put on the roof, but I have to do a few things up there to bridge these two things with some wooden ceilings and some adobe walls. Then I have a whole mess of storage. This should be plenty of storage, pretty much forever, and if it's not, I shudder to think what I'll be storing. But I just wanted to overdo it because I really, really hate running out of storage. Yeah, so somewhere along the middle here, we're probably gonna put our crafting stuff since we have enough room on each side here for a average sized monster. I'm not gonna be able to get something like a wyvern in here, dragon monster, because the door is too small. But well, that's just something I'll probably have to live with. Well, then over here we have this deck, and this is where we're going to keep our sort of really handy monsters like Vermiliona over there, probably a couple birds, maybe Stubborn. I don't know, Stubborn's tail's pretty long. Normally I'd keep something like a beaver up here if I was playing on the center or the island, but So then down below here, this is the little crawl space. I had to connect it with a thatch foundation in order to put up these ceilings here, but that was all. So you can actually build a building without a whole lot of foundations. Eventually, and hopefully not too long, I'm going to put in a generator about here right on the ground, and then run wire all through here. Just everywhere, wire, 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 and a bunch of electrical boxes. That way, if I ever stick anything up here, up in the main room that needs electricity, the wire will shoot as close to straight down as possible, but it won't hit an electrical box and have that little bzzz, like the little blue thing, the spark. I hate that. It looks like it's about to catch fire. It drives me nuts. So yeah. But then after we get this all wired up, we'll actually be able to fill it in with foundations properly, which I really want to do. Because it'll, I mean, I don't know if I start taking these out, I don't know if the top is going to fall down, or it probably won't, but I don't want to find out. So yeah, I have no problem filling this in with proper foundations when the time comes. But yeah, I like to keep the generator down here, and then I put in a little hatch right up here with a trap door so I can access the generator from up there, and then I store all the gasoline in the generator under here. But then, seeing that this is scorched earth and it's just really, really hot, and heat is always a problem, sometimes cold is a problem at night, I am going to see how many air conditioners I can build, and I am just going to fill this place with air conditioning units. And I did it on the center actually, and you don't get the entire effect of the air conditioner on the floor above, but you get like most of it. So if I totally air condition this place, this room up here should be insulated from heat and cold and everything else. It may even withstand the sunstorms. Sunstorms here are nasty. I almost died to one, and I'm going to have to think of a way to address that. But yeah, if I have a proper number of air conditioners all over the place, I'm going to be able to hatch eggs up in that main room without having to like throw them up by an air conditioner or something. So yeah, I think that'll be totally worth it, and it'll just be a nice environment, nice safe environment. And as you can see on the right middle side of the screen, I got the housing buff down here. So this is actually considered to be its own house, but you see how it bugs out sometimes? It blinks out occasionally. It's because when you use these ceilings, yeah, there it goes again. It just bugged out again. Yep, and see, it thinks it's raining in here, but it's not really. But yeah, the ceilings as a roof thing is just not reliable, which is why you have to use the sloped roofs. If you use the sloped roofs, it's a lot more reliable. It's not 100% still, but it is a lot better. So that's what we're going to be doing with the top. As you can see from the slopes on the walls, it's going to be a great big roof, and it's going to be awesome. And then we'll put in our great big door, and it'll be pretty much done, and then we can think about filling it up with crafting stations, and I'm going to need some refrigerators, just all kinds of stuff that we're going to need to make life better here on Scorched Earth. But for now, I'm going to get back at it, and we'll be back when, probably when I've got the roof on. And there it is. The first building in our new base. I guess it's kind of hard to see it all from here. So, let's go get on Vermiliona. Give it a quick spin around. This is the entrance. It's got the big door and the little doors. And the little doors have a little problem, which I'll show you in a minute. I'm not really sure what to do about it yet. This is the back that views the valley, but it doesn't really have a view because there's just not much to see, and I'm going to probably put stuff up against the wall. So the windows are up high, but there's still windows there. And I really want to get enough metal and crystal to put in some greenhouse doors and windows to really seal it in. I don't think it makes any difference with the storms and all, but it looks a lot better that way. So yeah, and then we have our little porch slash deck slash whatever where we can put stuff, our park guys, what have you. And then our main ramp. But unfortunately, Samson 3 can't fit up here because they can't, Morellatops can't fit through these gates for whatever reason. I don't know. This is the inside. And if you look on the middle right, we've got the housing buff. With that giant vaulted ceiling, we've still got the housing buff. Isn't that awesome? Sometimes it disappears for a minute, but it always comes back. Just like that. So, yeah, this is awesome. And there's a lot of room up there. I thought about putting like a little loft thing up there, but I don't know. And I am using the thatch roof. It does look really good, and it's not as bland as the adobe roof. But it may affect the insulation. I don't really know, because when I was converting my wood base into adobe, because wood is really horrible here, just changing the walls was enough to insulate stuff. So it says I'm already hot, so it might be that, well, okay, the heat, it just disappeared, the hotness disappeared, so it might be that I'm going to need to replace all that with adobe, which I'll do if I have to, because I'd rather it be protected than stylish, unfortunately, but whatever. Now, as far as these little doors, see, the thing is, this is very much like a base I built in the center, and this design works, but for some reason, try to go through this door, it doesn't. That looks kind of painful. It kind of looks like it's gonna get a headache out of that. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna leave them for now. Maybe I'll find a solution, but oh yeah, and then even more weird, these doors work fine. Same doors, same pieces, works great. But yeah, so welcome to ARK. So yeah, we got storage in here, and we've got our doors, and we've got our house buff. So yeah, now we need crafting stations, and what else we need to stick in here? Generator. We're basically going to need to farm a lot of metal, and then organize everything. And we got to move all our other guys over. And that's about it. So yeah, doing good so far. And we have some extra time, and I'm kind of tired of base building. So I think what we're gonna do is go back to the other base and get some taming stuff. Go see if we can't get some more argentavises with our little taming box on that mountain that's way over there. It's that mountain way over there. Yeah. And there it is. See, there's a little structure there. You can't see the pin from here though. Anyway, yeah, well, we need a couple of RGs at least, and if we could get like a breeding pair, that would just be awesome, because I would love to have a really like a RG with the taming bonus for fighting deathworms or something. I'm pretty sure you can do that. I don't know. I'd like to find out. So yeah, we're gonna do that, and then we'll see what happens. Alright, we found not only a 120, but a 116 right by it. And they're meat boosted. So if I can get both of them... Wow, could I get both of them? I don't know if I can get both of them. I'm gonna try for one of them. But I'm actually pretty far from the taming pen. Taming box. So let's see. This is the 120. We're gonna try to get the 120 first. And then we'll be back for 116 after this one teams up. But we have to lead him really far. and it's going to take a pretty long time. So I'm probably just going to have to be right back when we get closer to the taming box. Come on, guy. Yeah, you know you want some. They just really do not fly fast, and I have been boosting speed on Vermiliona. She's probably going to end up being my first speed RG. I realize that I'm going to lose speed RGs farming dragon monster eggs, but it might be that she is the first of many. So, be right back as soon as we get to something interesting. We're almost there. We're gonna have to turn him to the right. And I hope nothing has spawned close enough to cause a problem, because I'm not gonna be on my bird. I think I just shot my bird. There we go. Okay. We just have to keep shooting it till it goes down because we're using tranq darts, so we don't really have to worry about hurting it. And our bird is on passive, as you can see, because it's not fighting back. And that's why I call it the patient bird method, because the bird has to be very patient through the whole thing. Now this guy is going to take a while to tame because he's a 120, and then we're going to have to give him some primes, and then hopefully that 116 will still be there, and we can tame that one up too, and then we'll have a breeding pair of high-level RGs. And it's been such a pain to find these guys that I'm thinking that breeding them is actually going to be less of a pain, even though you have to spend a while doing the imprinting, but the imprinting just boosts the stats. So you end up with a better animal for probably about the same work, I think. But the center, there are so many of these guys everywhere, it's just easier to tame them. So you just have to really want that imprinting bonus, but here it's absolutely worth it. Alright, what do we got? Stamina's a little low. He's kind of weak, and he has high food. But he'll do, I think. We'll see what he tames up to. Alright, we're gonna go and wait for him to starve out, and then tame him up, and then we'll be right back. And we're back with our new level 178 male argentavis. And we're gonna name you a standard good old bird name, Talon. Get your saddle. Oh, you didn't even need all the prime I gave you. How about that? Okay, let's get this guy out of here. Whoa. Okay. Put him up here, he'll be safe. And we're gonna need to put you on a passive. Where are you? Passive. And take you off follow. So we can tame up your lady friend that you were playing with before we found you. I'll have to think of a cool name for her too. Let's check out this guy's stats. I'm a little bit worried about him. His stamina is actually not bad. It did go up a little bit. His food, it's pretty high. His health is a little low, I think, for 120. And his melee damage is decent. So overall, I'm pretty happy. I think he'll make strong babies with his lady friend. So, guy, we're gonna go see if your girlfriend's still alive, and if she is, we'll haul her back here. And you can just wait up here patiently. And there she is, Ms. 116. It's a different Ms. 116, but it's a 116. Alright, lady. Come here. There we go. Yep, we're gonna take you to your boyfriend. He works for me now. And you can too. Once again, it's gonna be a really long, boring butt kicking across the desert. So we'll be back right before we get to the taming box. Come on, slow thing. Go faster. And we're back with RG number 2. Our other guy seems to be happy up there, but there are some Carnos over there. So I'm gonna need to blast over here and take care of these guys because they're just way too close to the taming pen. But we can snag that one. It should just wander around until we get back. But yeah. Okay, that's it, right? No, oh, okay, I didn't kill that one. I was like, why is the music still playing? Okay, come here. Yeah, okay, you're dead now. Good. Alright, now we gotta go snag the 116 again. Except, let's take care of this guy too. What level are you? 20. Okay. This one's a little more interesting than the last one. There. Alright, they're all laid up. No more interference. We gotta make sure we can find the 116 before it gets itself hurt. That's it. Good. Great, we got it. And we got a rock monster behind us. But that's too bad for him. Okay. Yeah, we got this. Come here, babe. Yeah, remember me? Alright, come on. Right around here. Right through here. One more tap. There. Come on. Right in here. Oh, is it mad at me? It appears to be. No. I can't tell. I missed. How did I miss that close? Okay. Same thing as last time. Just gotta make sure to knock it down before it kills Vermiliona. We can do headshots. It's like pointing straight down pretty much. That's just weird. I want to lift my tent up. That's not good. Tent might break. My tent breaks. That's not good. I might have to put like a permanent adobe structure up here to use in place of a tent. I'm going to use this thing a lot. But after I tame these guys, I'm not really sure when I'm going to use it again. Alright, come on, lady. You have a little more torpor than I thought you would. You should be running by now. Alright. Yeah, there you go. They're running now. Running bird. Oh, man. Silly running bird. Yep, going down. You going down. You're going down now. I got it. I was right. Awesome. Alright, Vermiliona. Come on. We are going to leave the sleeping bird in peace. It's kind of bloody. Alright, well. The music is still playing. Okay, it stopped. And we are going to let this thing starve out just like last time. We're going to have to defend it because little nasties keep spawning. But, we'll be back after it's tamed up. And we're back. I have some sad news. Our new little female RG got chewed on by a thorny dragon that just spawned right by the taming box. And I don't understand it. I thought when you put these foundations down, they're not supposed to spawn anymore. But it did. And it went right over and started chewing on her. So she got like a 29% taming efficiency, which means she's not going to be good to make little RGs with. So I'm not going to be able to do that, but she's high enough level that she's worth keeping. And we do have talent up there, so hey, we'll have to find him another girlfriend who can make us a proper attack RG. For now, I gotta get these guys back to base, and it has actually rained twice in the last hour, and now I'm freezing to death somehow, which I don't get. So I think I'm gonna go hide in my tent for just a little while until the freezing goes away. Oh, you're still on follow, huh? And then we're going to take these guys back to base. Come here, stupid tent. Where are you? There you are. Oh, and it just went away. Awesome. That just looks awesome. I gotta say. That looks pretty awesome. Well, we had a great episode today. We got our first base building made. One of many, I'm sure. And we got a couple of new RGs. Unfortunately, our Telenita got chewed on, so she can't make babies, but whatever. We got 3 RGs now. That's what we need. And we got a great big base building, which we're going to be filling out and doing stuff with in the coming episodes. But for now, this is Zeebob saying, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.